Hi and welcome to Misthaven. Misthaven is my dark goth holiday, and this is the entrance that I'm doing, obviously. My first thought was I would use this white arch, but it really is supposed to be a dark purpley black gold kind of vibe on this island, and so I ended up taking out the white one. There's going to be some white because there's actually very few purple items in the game, and so it makes it really hard to decorate stuff as purple. So I kind of went with essentially the colors that are in the purple Christmas items, or the Christmas holiday item. White, there's purple, and just went with those colors. So there is some white, there's purple, and there's black, and there's a touch of gold. There's actually some pink, but it's mostly pink that when in the right light is out there, it looks purple. So that the purple, I'm going to set this whole island in the evening so that the purple is, so that the pinks that I do use do look purple. But as you can see, I opted to switch to the purple ice stuff. So I had to get some stuff out of my storage. First of which here is some Nova stars here. And then we're going to put a tree over here. And I'm just trying to decide exactly what I'm going to put back here behind it, but I'm pretty sure what I'm going to do is just put this bush in. None of the bushes will be in season, so they're just going to be green. Because there really isn't one that I can put in winter that will match my theme, but I still want to have bushes. I wanted to try out this illuminated present here, but the blue really does not go with my theme, and in the end it doesn't stay. I was debating about whether I should use this pink and white tree or the festive tree, and I kind of decided to go with the festive tree. It's more white, there's less blue on it, there's pink on it, but like I say, when you put the light correctly, when it's darker, the pink with all the purple stuff around it ends up looking like purple, like a lavender. I had considered these lamps here, but I just didn't like how they looked. I wanted a candle here, so went over, changed the color of my candles, and I was like, no, the blue is not gonna look right either. It's not the right color. I let them sit there because I don't know, I was gonna think about it. And my first thought was these garden lanterns, but I also didn't like them. I felt like they were too short. I do have a bunch of these Turkey Day things to set stuff on, which I do like. And since I didn't use my lanterns in the middle, I wanted to see how the tree looked there. But that was not the tabletop tree. That was the regular tree, not the big one. But so anyhow, went back to my storage shed, and now I'm gonna mess around with these pile of gifts. And these black blue ones, they just don't have the right look to them. So I picked up, because I definitely preferred the round lamp. And I picked up the garden one, and now I'm trying different things on these, and I do like the little trees here, but yeah, I like the lilies better. Those small purple ornaments are not my favorite. It's over the, I definitely prefer these round street lights over the garden ones. Sides, just want to get them all in the same spots on all four sides. I do a lot of this, and you know, when I first start an island, I do a lot of this. I'm like running around like my head's cut, like a chicken with its head cut off. I run all over the place. So I try to speed it up a little bit for you guys so that at least you don't have to wade through it all. It goes pretty fast. This first build especially is, I'm still experimenting, and I'm trying to refine my plans for how I want my island to look. That's why the entrance build is always so my island to look. That's why the entrance, but we wanted to use as many of the holiday items as I could. But we wanted to use as many of the holiday items as I could. But we wanted to use as many of the holiday items as I could. But which ones are going to work with the theme that I'm using and whatever. So I feel like I'm a little crazy back and forth that I feel like I'm a little crazy apparently. Watching my own videos until I started watching my own videos of me running around. And I was shocked at how much I ran around. So here I decided I'd lived with the blue ones long enough. They were not going to work. So I changed them. And I was like, let's see what the pink ones look like. Because the blue were not hacking it. And I know here in the regular daylight, you can definitely see that those are pink and not purple. But even in the daylight, they start to take on a bit of a lavender cast next to all of the other purple things that are definitely purple. Yeah, I don't like that tree for this area. I'm going to use the big festive tree. It just works much better, especially with the ones. So I had to go get some more stuff out. Hydrants down, be a city. I wanted to be able to put some fire hydrants down, be a city. I wanted to be able to put some fire hydrants down, just give more of a city vibe to this left-hand corner of the island. I'm pretty much using the rivers to define what's going to be the city part and what is just going to be more a neighborhood or countryside, that kind of idea. So it's like there, and another one on this side. These things work so well because you can kind of point them towards each other so they look like they're facing each other. You get really nice mirror image. That, and that's kind of what I was going for with this open area, was just I wanted a lot of symmetry when you first come in to the island. This is becoming, wait a minute, that's not the same as what I did back there. So I wanted to change it back to be somewhat symmetrical. Not just to be symmetrical right to left, but I wanted it to be somewhat symmetrical back to front. There's a few differences for the things that are on the north side as opposed to the southern side of this build, but I was trying to get some symmetry from the north and south as opposed to the very much symmetrical from the right to left. And here I was I needed more room. I had put some code down to start, just for starting, and I knew I needed some trees, and plus I needed trees for put in here. But I also knew I was going to have to, so I could see how things were going to look, I was going to have to extend my roads to get a better vision of how this was going to look from here. So I knew I was going to have to move those trees anyhow. These little purple moons are perfect to add some more of that purpley color, except for I wasn't real sure. They're such a light color that they almost look white. Such a light lavender. I was like, well, if I do that, then I have to pull this forward. What do I want to do? To push it back? And then everything else has to push over? Yes, that's what I decided to do. To push everything over one to make it fit the way I wanted to. See, it looked like I wanted it to. I was like, yep, that's good. So put my star back down. And now I need to make this side the same. I think I've got it though. Nope, these need to come over just a smidge. The same half step they need. And you can see here, once again, I need to extend these roads that I put here because I'm already, things are half on and half off right now. But if I move that, then I also have to move this bottom side, and yeah, that's when I picked up that present just was not cutting it for me. Did not like the blue is just not gonna hack it, and I gave up using the blue after pinks, and I'm just gonna stick with the very light pinks that will end up looking purpley in the dark. So I decided I'm going to put the codes down that go here because it was too difficult being able to visualize everything when things were half off, and I was going to have to replace that code at some point anyhow. So I decided I'm just better off doing it right now. So extend this to the right and to the left first. And come over here and do the same thing. I think that these first build, the very first build, is definitely one of the hardest ones to do. And it always feels like things just aren't quite, like you're almost not quite ready for it, because things just aren't turning out quite like you thought they would. And sometimes you just have to scrap it all and start over, because it's, you know, the vision in your head did not match the vision when you put it down. One last coat on this left hand side and put my stuff back down. I still had money trees at this point down here, and I decided I would get them, harvest my money and get these trees out of my way. Like I say, this whole side is going to be city core, and there's just not going to be a whole lot of trees in this area. And so for the most part, the trees are kind of in my way. So I chose to dig those up. I'm going to use this hedge fencing on both sides, but also up here on the top. I wanted it to look similar, and as you see, I was looking, I was like, this is not quite right. But this will work just like this. And I'll just put some flowers in there. And then I wanted to make sure I did it the same on this side, because like I say, I wanted it to be mirrors. And so it was really important to me that I did this side exactly the same as the right hand side. So yeah, that's me checking out. Yeah, it's the same. Okay. So now I'm going to put some flowers down. Now switch over to the other side and put its flowers down over here. It's like, wait a minute, what did I do? Let's go up here. And so I was put 3 flowers down over here. And then I had to go get those same flowers, another set of the same ones. Since I wanted the symmetry right to left, to me, for this build at least, it meant the same flower on the right as on the left. So I had to go get a few more of the same flowers. So put these back down, because I had forgotten I picked them up. So I have to get this back down, and my fire hydrant back down. So now they're actually on the pavement. Then we have this ornament garland, and you know, I really like that. And since I couldn't put that present here, my thought was I'd just put some more of these ornament trees here. Kind of going with the more purple that I have here, the more likely that pink is going to look purple. It's like, nope, got to pull it out one more spot to be even. Yep, that's what it looks like. So as you can see here, I extended the road so that I could actually see how everything was going to lay out, my vision for it. So I had to go get a few more things because I'm going to decorate the last bit of this entrance up here. We have a couple more lights, one on each side of the road. And I was checking to make sure that I had put them all on the edge like I did this one, and yes, that's what I had done. And I had thought to put this here, but you know, if you put this Turkey Day garden stand, you can't see it. And I wanted it to go ahead and move over some, which was not working for me because nothing you put on that is going to show. It's quite hidden. So I decided I would pull everything down south just a little bit. Get this out of my way. So that I could pull out that Turkey Day garden stand. So everything pushed down on both sides, so everything is once again symmetrical, and put down this Turkey Day garden stand and push it so it's just barely behind. Yep, that's how I want it. And then another one on this side and push it back so they are the same. And everything is looking right. So I got my trash can because it's a city. push that over a smidge more. And gotta get some more things out. No, wait. Came back again. Apparently I did not have what I wanted. Oh, those trees were being difficult. And I thought the little trees, but then I thought maybe I'll switch to the regular trees. I thought the little trees, and yeah, now I'm choosing between these two. And I kind of felt like the tree is just, it's hiding. It's just too short. So I put this back and put some flowers down on it. And that, I feel that's just as much better. Pulls more purple into the situation. And here we go. We are pretty much done. We have a few flowers to put down over here. I'm gonna put some code down, just some sparkly pretty codes. I wanted to make sure I did the same thing over on this side, so put another bush down and put my codes down here same. And my cedar tree, and I had to run and go get another one here, so I'd have one for this side. So here you can see I changed the time to evening. You can see, and when it is evening, you can see how the pinks take on a lavender cast. And here is the whole area. And you can see how the pinks and the purples kind of meld together and give the same general color. I think it turned out pretty good, especially for the first build on an island. I'm pretty happy with it. So I want to say thank you for watching, and please like and share and subscribe, and I will see you next week. Bye.